Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening and watching. It's your girl, Shay Miller, right? And I'm back with another video. And today we're going to get into some real deep, juicy information. As usual, it's a deep poem, but you got to stay tuned in order to know what I'm talking about. See, they don't talk about this. They don't talk about the hurt of little boys because of the abandonment of their fathers from childhood trauma. They don't speak about the broken pain of the inner child of men. They don't talk about the pain that boys once experienced. The first heartbreak that a man will ever endure is as a boy. The abandonment of his father. The constant watching his mama struggle with having to raise him. Him having to figure it out on his own. Doing everything he can, but never fully getting the chance to understand. Not having that role in his life to lead him. People don't really know how much it hurts until they become a man. The most deepest hurt for a man, a boy, is the abandonment of his father. It messes with his ideas, his future, and where he's headed. He's still having to figure out how he's going to define himself as a man. Yet not figured it out yet. He had no guidance, no way, no leading to be who he is today. Yet he figuring it out. No help of a dad. A man who is a sperm donor, maybe a bastard, who cared not to be there. Leaving these thoughts of, am I not worthy enough? Constantly questioning whether your importance of existing is real. Young boys growing up experience neglect from a father because boys struggle more from neglect of their fathers than women. Heart breaks so deep in a man that childhood traumas travel with him into his adulthood. He never fully understands why the one person that should have loved him was never there. Now he's left with all these questions of why. Why? Am I not good enough? Having nobody to talk to. Everything is on you and all your own. Now you feel like you got to be the provider. You got to be the one to step up because he is no longer around. Who's going to take care of moms when nobody else is down? The man that had birthed you didn't stick around. Now you having to figure it out on your own. And sometimes your ways may not be the ways. They might be wrong. And so you have to figure it out all on your own. Give yourself credit because at least you made an effort. You didn't have to shoulder the burdens you did when you was a child, but you had to. And sometimes you had to grow up a lot faster than you wanted to. Childhood days was not fun. Childhood days was full of hurt and pain. You may have had some splendid days with those you love and moments of times in those days. But one thing for sure, the constant thought of neglect still remains. Why he could have been a father and stick around and remain. And why he couldn't step up to the plate. All these sorry excuses for why he couldn't be there. All these sorry excuses for fathers. Men not stepping up to the plate. Now you have to grow your own children up in a different way. You have to either choose to be a better father or be the same way. Having to break forth past the generational curses or live the way it always been. See, for a long time, we've not had fathers in our homes. We live with this constant struggle on a daily basis, and it's not ceasing. It's increasing. I'm telling you, the hurt of little boys have gone on and on. Some suffer from the lack of nurturance Some suffer from the lack of expression. Men not knowing how to open up or express themselves. Not knowing that it's okay to cry. Okay to express and let things out. Men not knowing, not having that guidance of being told that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to feel. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have flaws. It's okay to endure. It's okay as long as you learn to face them as a man. So one day learning how to face these things. Still learning, failing. Having a hard time trying to figure it out. And it's been a hard struggle for you as a boy, as a teen, as a man. It's been a hard journey for you. Having to figure it out on your own, and it just never seemed like it's gonna let up for you, huh? You feel like you're always going forward, and then something always knocks you back because it's always something missing, huh? It's always something missing. You feel like a part of you that should have been there, missing. But you know what? They missed out on you. It's not you that missed out on them. You're worthy. You're amazing. You're extraordinary. Young men, you are great. One day having to face it. Face that they were never there. That they never will be there. And even if they come to terms to want to be there later, later is not enough. Because all men wait too late to do things. And when they wait to a point where it no longer matters. When it mattered most, you weren't there. So don't come slipping up in the life of your sons when no one cares. See, when they needed you in their most vulnerability, they didn't understand their emotions when they was a boy. When they needed you most, you wasn't there. So don't go slipping up in their life now. Now that they're adults and they're grown. And they've become a man of their own. And they've learned to figure it out. But no one talks about the pain of a boy. A pain of a man who had to once figure it out on his own. No man is perfect. No man fully understands his own emotions. Men are logical. And some don't like to be emotional. It's okay to safeguard your heart. After you've been abused, mistreated, and torn apart, this world don't care for men the way that they are. They expect you to be this and that, but don't expect you to be who you are. They love you for what you can do, but never for what you can give or what you have to offer. It's more to life. It's more to life than what they say you is. You are extraordinary beyond what they've said. If your worth is beyond, your worth is beyond the mere neglect. I know there's a lot of things that men yet face within themselves. Learn to come to acceptance with. And even after you still learn how to be a man and you still struggle. You still struggle to be a man. And I know it's going to get hard sometimes, but don't give up. Because you have insecurities. You have problems, traumas, troubles, struggles, hardships, just like anybody. You're a human just like anybody. You have emotions just like anybody. You feel just like anybody. And don't let anybody tell you you can't. Don't let anybody tell you you can't feel. You're not a rock. So don't be like one. Don't open yourself to everybody, because not everybody's going to appreciate you. The hurt of a boy wears on his heart. The first heartbreak, the first person a man loves is his mother. So the first he loves is his mother. Boys love their mothers. Oh, they love their mothers. But their first heartbreaks are their fathers. And the pain of either is so detrimental to who they are as men. It crumbles and crushes their ego, and it breaks them down. But man, you are more powerful than anything. You must know how powerful you really are. You kings out there, you amazing, beautiful kings. Rise beyond the hardships, rise beyond the adversary, rise beyond the struggles, rise beyond the darkness that grows within you, those insecurities, those thoughts of I want to die, those instantaneous thoughts that I just want to jump off. Why does mere existing feel like death? Every time I live, it just feels unworthy. But you're worthy. And no matter how much you suffer, no matter how much you endure, you're meant to be here. And if you remain a day, your purpose to be alive, and don't give up your life just yet. Keep fighting on, keep going on, and never give up. Because you have extraordinary things to do. I need you to believe in that. I need you to believe in that despite what you may be feeling, despite the pain that may be pinned up inside. I need you to know that hard times don't last forever. And you can overcome it. But you got to come to face with it. You got to accept it. And you got to decide the man you want to be. Because you can't let what one man didn't be for you determine what man you aren't going to be for you. Because you have to decide what kind of man you're going to be for yourself long before you can decide for your own family and children. Decide. Because deciding is everything for a man. Because you have everything. You're worthy. You're awesome. And no one talks about your pain. But I know you have it. And everyone acts like you're aliens. As if you're rocks. As if you don't have no feelings. But I'm saying it's cool to feel. It's so cool to feel emotions. And even though you may not understand everything that you feel, at least you feel. You may not want to, but at least you feel. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel pain sometimes. It's okay to endure hardships, but overcome them all. Don't let them take you. Don't stop living. Guys, have an awesome day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know that was pretty deep. I wasn't trying to get too vulnerable or emotional. But comment, share, like this video. If you're into this kind of stuff, I am a poet and an author. I do like to do deep, vulnerable videos here and there. I like to... It was on my mind at work today. And I was just like, the hurt of men as young boys. I was like, that's such a good topic to talk about. So I talked about it. Like I do when I get any idea, I talk about the things I want to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And I want to say I love you guys. And if any guy is watching this, I want you to say, stay encouraged. I know things are really hard in life. And then it's not a lot of people that will understand you. And it's really hard to open up. It's really hard to find people who are genuine, who genuinely care for you. I get that. And you want to make sure that you have genuine people who care about you around you in your life. Because it's a mistake to open up to everybody. You must be selective about people you want in your life. Because that's the problem with men. They're not selective about people. They're such a wide horizon they want. But wider horizon is good for opportunities, jobs, money, and financial stability or whatever. But when it comes to your heart, when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to you, loving yourself, that's not the best choice. You just make yourself a target. And if you want to be a target, I suggest you, I wouldn't want you to be a target, but if you want to be a target, that's what you're going to end up being, a target. for people who don't care about you. So if you want people who care about you, be selective, stand for what you stand for, know what you want, and go after it.